Lisa and her 6-month-old son, Trent, went to social services while 7-year-old Christopher was at school. Lisa was in a surprisingly good mood for 2 reasons. One, her name had come up so quickly on the waiting list for a child care subsidy for the baby, whereas Christopher had already been in kindergarten before his name came up on the list. Secondly, Lisa had just graduated with her associate's degree. So here she was, ready for a career, had picked out her child care center, and she just needed to get this one last need taken care of, and today would be the first day of the rest of her life. The social worker, we'll call him Joe, started the intake, and everything was fine until the part where he said, "Well, I can't help you if you don't have a job." "But I just graduated yesterday." Lisa fished her diploma out of the diaper bag to show him. "Look, I could have a job tomorrow." "If you're not working today, I can't give you a voucher. That's the rules." Lisa's name would go to the bottom of the waiting list. Her thoughts started swirling all over the place as she left the office. How can I take a job without a place to keep my child? And how can I afford childcare without a job? Do they really want me to wait 5 more years before I can go to work? Maybe that degree was pointless. Lisa wondered if this really was the first day of the rest of her life. At home that night, Joe knew that Lisa thought he didn't have a compassionate bone in his body. But it's not his fault there's not enough funding. He doesn't make the rules. Joe spends his days explaining rules to people and receiving their feelings. Joe lives on a low income himself. He's 1 car repair away from being on the other side of the desk. He sees the holes in the safety net, and if he lets himself think about it, Joe just feels defeated. This story is just one small example of the theme of today, system issues that trap people in poverty. Too many obstacles are created by systems, which I'd like to point out we are part of. Our team agrees it could have easily been us on either side of the desk. System issues affect us all, and our team is on it. A few years ago, we learned from our partners, MDC, a research firm in Durham, about integrated service delivery, or ISD, which you heard mentioned in previous presentations. It's a proven strategy to accelerate people's economic outcomes by creating a customized kind of bundle of services that are coordinated and sequenced appropriately for each person. In 2015, we created a family success center using ISD, integrated service delivery, among several providers in a one-stop shop, serving entire families and removing barriers like a lack of childcare. We're now serving over 1,000 people in 2 centers in Greensboro. But there are 57,000 people in our city living in poverty. So what if this idea of creating a customized, seamless human services experience could just become the way we work in nonprofits and government agencies? Now that's an idea. Now that's a culture change. We are leading the creation of a county-wide ISD network mobilizing organizations to build a system and culture that gets people all the way out of poverty. And Lisa joined a family success center. Trent is thriving in childcare, while Lisa works with her career coach, builds her financial capability, and learns public speaking, which is how we heard her story in the first place. Poverty doesn't have to be a terminal illness, wiping out entire communities, entire families. In our vision, poverty is like a bad cold, miserable but treatable, and we can stop the spread. Thank you.